Stephen Jones may not be the flashiest executive in the NFL, but he just pulled off one of the smartest, most underrated moves of the entire offseason, and the craziest part is, most fans barely noticed it. While the spotlight has been locked on the Micah Parsons contract standoff, the drama, the trade request, and the questions about his future with the Dallas Cowboys, Stephen Jones was working quietly behind the scenes to reshape the Cowboys' core without causing another media frenzy. And his latest move? Locking down one of the NFL's most promising young defensive backs, Darren Bland, to a long-term extension that could end up being the best value deal in the entire league. That's right, while fans were yelling "Pay Micah." From the stands and social media was lit up with debates about whether Dallas could keep its top defensive talent happy. Jones shifted focus and gave Bland a massive vote of confidence. For years, $92 million, over $50 million guaranteed, and just like that, the Cowboys have secured the ballhawk who took the league by storm in 2023 with a record-breaking season. It's not just the money that makes this deal impressive, it's the timing, the context, and the strategy behind it. While the Parsons situation became a public tug-of-war between player and front office, the Bland deal happened with zero drama, no leaks, no distractions. It was a textbook case of how to handle business like a professional organization. Jones saw a rising star, someone who's proven he can produce on the field without the off-field noise, and he moved fast before Bland's value could skyrocket even further. And let's not forget, this is the same player who, just 2 seasons ago, was a mid-round pick with limited expectations. Since then, Bland has developed into a cornerstone of the Cowboys' secondary, showing elite instincts, ball skills, and the kind of playmaking that changes games. He's not just a solid corner, he's a game changer. And in today's pass-heavy NFL, locking up a player like that is a power move, especially when you consider the broader context of Dallas's roster construction. What makes this even more impressive is how Stephen Jones is managing the team's salary cap with surgical precision. Instead of throwing huge money at one superstar and hoping it works out, he's spreading resources in a way that builds sustainable success. While everyone was anticipating a splashy move or a wild contract to keep the headlines coming, Jones stuck to the Cowboys' philosophy developed from within: reward performance and maintain flexibility. With this extension, Bland joins the growing list of young core players that the Cowboys are locking in for the long term. We've already seen tight end Jake Ferguson get extended earlier this offseason, and rumors are swirling that more are coming, including deals for key offensive linemen and maybe even a last-minute solution to the Parsons situation. But even if Parsons' deal doesn't happen immediately, the Bland contract sends a clear message to the locker room: if you perform, stay committed, and avoid the noise, you will be rewarded. That's a culture-setting move. And let's talk about the PR element for a second, because that's where this really becomes a chess match. By rewarding a quiet, humble, high-performing player like Bland right after the Parsons headlines exploded, the Cowboys are reframing the conversation. Instead of looking like a front office that's at war with its stars, they're painting themselves as an organization that values professionalism and consistency. Stephen Jones didn't have to say it out loud. The Bland extension said it for him. The Cowboys will pay their players, but they'll do it their way. They're not going to cave to media pressure or be held hostage by public sentiment. That takes guts, and it takes confidence in your plan. It also gives Dallas a strategic advantage heading into next season. With Bland locked in, the Cowboys have continuity in their secondary, stability in the locker room, and leverage in future negotiations. Plus, it gives Dan Quinn or whoever's coordinating that defense more freedom to scheme, knowing that one of the team's most productive players is now a long-term piece. Remember, Bland's production wasn't a fluke. In 2023, he led the league in interceptions, returned multiple picks for touchdowns, and showed a rare combination of vision and instincts. Quarterbacks started throwing away from him. Not bad for a guy who came in without the fanfare of a first-round pick. And let's not overlook how important that kind of talent is when you're trying to compete in a division loaded with receiving threats. The Eagles, the Giants, and Washington are all investing in their passing games, and Dallas just secured one of its top weapons to counter that. And speaking of the NFC East arms race, this move also positions Dallas as a team that's thinking long-term, not just short-term. While some teams chase free agents or swing for desperate trades, Stephen Jones is quietly building something sustainable. He's betting on youth, growth, and chemistry. He's saying, we don't need to panic. We're building this right. That's not just front office talk, it's a philosophy. And for a team like Dallas, which always lives under a microscope, that kind of calm, calculated decision-making can be the difference between a playoff push and another wasted year. It's also worth pointing out that this approach gives the Cowboys flexibility to make other moves if and when they want to. With Bland's deal structured smartly and cap space managed responsibly, Dallas can still pursue other free agents, re-sign key role players, or even trade if the right opportunity comes up. They haven't boxed themselves in. In fact, they've opened doors. And Jones even said recently that the team isn't done making moves. That tells us this Bland extension might just be the beginning. What if this is step one in a multi-phase strategy to reset the narrative, cool off the Parsons drama, and rally the team around a new leadership group? Think about it: Ferguson on offense, Bland on defense, Osa Odigizwa in the trenches. These are the players the Cowboys are prioritizing now. It's a subtle shift away from the high-maintenance stars and toward steady, reliable production. And honestly, it might be exactly what this team needs. The Cowboys have had no shortage of big names and big drama in recent years. But what they've lacked at times is quiet leadership, the kind that doesn't need headlines or social media hype. Bland fits that mold. He's a team-first guy, a worker, and now, a well-compensated one. And that sends a powerful message inside the locker room. It tells every rookie and role player, do your job, stay locked in, and you'll get your moment. It also gives the coaching staff more room to focus on football instead of off-field distractions. And with the NFC still wide open, this kind of internal cohesion could be the X factor that propels Dallas deeper into the playoffs. It's easy to get caught up in the noise around star power and contract negotiations, but the teams that win consistently are the ones that make smart, timely decisions. And that's exactly what Stephen Jones just did. He didn't just reward a great player, he stabilized a part of the roster, created cap predictability, sent a message to the locker room, and bought himself leverage in future negotiations. That's a 4-for-1 win. And here's what's wild, this move might not even make headlines outside of Dallas. It's not flashy. It doesn't come with a viral press conference or a dramatic announcement. But real football minds know this is how winning teams are built. Quietly. Strategically. One smart move at a time. So next time someone says the Cowboys aren't serious about winning, point to this. Point to Bland. Point to Ferguson. Point to the discipline it takes to avoid the trap of chasing media approval. Stephen Jones just reminded everyone that while Jerry may still be the face of the franchise, he's the architect working in the background. And if the Cowboys finally put together a deep playoff run this year, we might look back and say it all started with this move, the one that flew under the radar, but changed the game. Bland's extension is more than just a contract, it's a statement. And if the Cowboys stay the course, it might be remembered as the turning point in this team's identity. Stephen Jones didn't make noise, he made progress. And in the NFL,